This is a woodland park we've walked through before, and we've parked up at this car park too. This is called the Jubilee car park. We did a previous walk here. I'll put an icon on screen of that walk, but today we're going to do something slightly different. We've come here to go to here, which is Kinnoull Tower, which has got some really good views. There's some cliffs here as well, and there's also this stone table we're going to check out. There's a photo here of what the tower looks like, and it's kind of drop off the cliffs, so we'll get some really good views around here. So we're going to start off taking this red and yellow route, and then the red route goes along here past the tower. So if you look over here, there's some way markers, and the yellow and red one is here, Jubilee Trail and Tower Trail. So let's head along there, and we'll check out the tower. Should be a good walk. Please do not feed or touch the horses. It's a shame, they look really nice. Mind you, there's a lot of flies around their heads, so maybe not. Well, we've been keeping to this kind of well-defined track, but there are other tracks that go off into this forest, which is a great looking forest actually. There's another track here, and you'll see this bench here as well. And if I swing around this way, you can see the fabulous view that it has. It's all the way down the Tay Valley towards Dundee. That's a really good view there. But I think the views are going to get a lot better in a minute, so let's continue on the walk. We're still following the red and the yellow route. You can see the route marker over here. So it's quite easy to follow this route, I think. Well defined as well. So we can branch off to the right here, which I think is the yellow route, path to Kinnoull Hill car park. And then the red route goes up this way, so we'll continue following the red route. It's certainly quite a nice day today. It's very still in these woods as well. Great views as well, look at that. Just spotted on this old tree some really interesting fungus. Look at the shape of that, it's really cool. Quite a few fallen trees here as well. There's some fantastic colours on these trees. It looks almost like they're made of metal and they're all rusty. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but it's like a real orangey rust colour. It's quite cool. So just spotted on the side of the path here, there's an interesting carving in this tree stump over here. Look at this, looks like an eagle or something. It's very well done. So there's another bench here with a really good view as well. We're underneath the canopy of the trees here, so it's quite sheltered. Also, it seems to have this QR code down here, 110. Maybe it gives you some context of what you're seeing out there. But, I mean, that's the River Tay, obviously. You can see the motorway between Perth and Dundee. I'm thinking there's going to be better views from the top, so let's keep on going. This is a walk we haven't done before, so yeah, it's going to be a surprise for us as well. Okay, so it's a left turn here, following the red post. Well, we've been making a steady climb up here. It's not been a steep incline, but it's been steady. But the views are starting to open up now. You can really start to see a real good view now. Look at this down here. And it does say danger cliffs, because, you know, we are pretty high up. You see the road down there. It's quite a lot of road noise, as you'd expect. But yeah, what an incredible view. There's a castle down there. I can't remember what it's called. I'll put it on screen anyway. I think it's a private owned castle. Sewage works is kind of spoiling the view a little bit just there, but apart from that, yeah, really good. So we're going to continue on to the tower, which is just here. And yeah, this is Kinnoull Tower, right on the edge of the cliff. So I don't know the history of this tower, but I'm sure there's a story behind it. I usually put it on screen, but I'm sure you could look it up on the internet if you want. A couple of love locks here. But yeah, look at this. It's certainly got a view. Well, there's no way up to the top of the tower. There's another bench here with a fantastic view. You can see the cliffs down here. And there's the road there. This goes all the way down to Edinburgh down there. So this is just the start of Perth, actually, there. I think it is just on the outskirts. And I think that's Kinnoull Hill right there with the mast on top of it. And I don't want to fall down there for the sake of a YouTube video. But yeah, I'll give you the view there. It's pretty good. So I'm just going to go down here around the side of the tower. So, Kinnoull Tower, pretty cool. Just going to head along here, it's quite busy at the moment though. Okay, we're still on the red route, there's another post there. We've come down a little bit from the tower, but now we need to go back up again. So I'm wondering whether from this point is where the photo was taken of the tower, which we saw on the trailhead marker. But this is an iconic photo point, however, there is a sheer cliff right down there, so don't lose your life for a YouTube video or an Instagram picture. But certainly that's an iconic shot of Perthshire, I think, right there. Okay, we've made it up to the viewpoint and the stone table over here. I remember once we were in Bannockburn and there was a big stone there, and there's a plaque beside it that said that Robert the Bruce may or may not have leaned against that stone. And this table here, I've got no context of it. It's all scratched to hell with I don't know, I think that's just graffiti. But I can make up a story about this stone table and say something like this is where Bonnie Prince Charlie got a McDonald's takeaway and ate it with the view down the River Tay way back in the day. Now, nobody can dispute whether that's true or not, I don't know. But he may or may not have done that. Anyway, this is the fantastic viewpoint, and yeah, I don't want to fall down this cliff, that's for sure. But it's a great place to take a break, have a sandwich and a coffee, which is what we're just about to do, and then continue on this walk. Okay, we've been here for a little while and enjoyed the views. We're just going to head up this way. I think I can see the Trig marker up here. There's quite a few people as well. But I think it's another viewpoint. It should give us some really good views of Perth. We've found another wood carving on our path. This time it's an owl. Still very well done. I think there's a glitch in the matrix just around about there. Okay, the glitch in the matrix is gone and we're at the top of Kinnoull Hill. Here's the trig point. I think it must have a number on it somewhere. Oh, here we go. And there's a fantastic view from up here. So we've got the kind of like a view marker here. 729 feet. It's a bit breezy up here. This is a bit annoying, somebody's just left a poo bag there. This says think global, act local. Okay, it's pretty cool being up here on the summit, but we're going to head back to the viewpoint here and then just take a right-handers, continue our walk down around to the right. We're going to extend it a little bit, so we're going to go off from the red path. So just at the summit there's this board which is quite interesting. It's talking about Kinnoull Hill being once a volcano. Obviously all this bit is gone now. But down here it says the Earl of Kinnoull built the stone table you can see here when taking the views while enjoying a Victorian picnic. And that was the table over there which I was talking about. So it doesn't look like Bonnie Prince Charlie ever had a McDonald's there. Anyway, we've decided to continue this walk by going along the blue path. You can see it here, and it's orange for a while. Orange branches off, but the blue loops around past an old quarry. So that's the route we're going to take now. Well, there's another carving over here, but it's not a bird this time. It looks like a couple of red squirrels. So these are actually really cool. It's very good that these have been added into this walk, and they have been done very well. Not such a good view from this bench, it's just trees. There's a bit of a fork in the road here. I'm not quite sure which way we're going to go, so maybe we'll just head on downhill this way. So we've just come downhill a little bit. We're still following the blue and the orange, but at this point there's a little triangular bit around this tree, and the blue path heads on down this way. We just spotted another post down there. There's also a picnic bench in the undergrowth there. It's a bit overgrown though, no views. Anyway, we're back onto just the blue. We should be coming up on that quarry quite soon. I just almost missed another carving, which is over here, and this time it's another owl. These are so cool. Well, you've really got to keep your eyes open for these wood carvings. There's one back here which looks very cool. It's a little fairy house in the woods. Look at this one. So we're breaking away from the animals, but yeah, that's really very well done as well. Look at the steps coming down from the door. Okay, we're actually backtracking a little bit here, because if we go down that route that we were heading towards, I think that just goes down onto the road. So this is back to where we last saw the wooden post, which is just over there. And instead we're going to go up this way. Oh yeah, and just up the hill a little bit there's another marker post with the blue on it. So yeah, we're getting lost in probably one of the easiest walks we can possibly imagine. So we've come to this kind of junction. There's a blue marker over there, but this fence here is fencing off the quarry, which is just down in there, and I think we're meant to go along the front of the quarry. I guess it doesn't really matter overall, probably all roads lead to the same destination. So we're heading down this way, and there's another blue marker just right here, so I think that's the right route. We're going to go down here anyway, and yeah, we'll see if we can actually get into the bottom of the quarry and have a look about. So obviously it's not used anymore, but might be quite interesting. What's this sign here saying? Please take care. Well, I'm not sure if this is actually the quarry or whether it's just a car park, but there is a blue marker there. So just by the steps is this interesting board here which says that we are indeed in Kinnoull Hill and Quarry. And it's talking about specialising in a blue-grey rock called dolerite. What's also interesting is this guy here, so Sir Patrick Geddes, who lived near here apparently, and this area inspired him to come up with the phrase "think global, act local," and that's a term that's just been used in businesses quite a lot these days. Anyway, it says that you can see some of the rocks over here on this part of the car park, and there's quite a sheer rock face right here. So quite cool. But now it's a car park. You can see a car parked over there. Now we were going to continue on in that path right there, but somebody very helpfully told us that it's a dead end now. So instead of going that way, we'll actually just head on back up this way and take that other path that we saw earlier on with the marker post. Okay, this is back to where we were just a minute ago when we passed that post, and this time we're going to go up to the left here and continue on the path up this way. Okay, we're just joining this other path now, and we're still going uphill. Hopefully we're going in the right direction, I'm not quite sure, but we'll get somewhere at some point. Okay, we're leaving the blue path now and rejoining the red path from earlier on, taking this left-hander. This is more in the direction of where we were parked. So yeah, it is quite easy to get lost in these woods. I think it's because you can't really see where you're going, and it's all a bit disorientating at times. And we do a lot of walking as well, and we're still getting a wee bit lost. I'm crossing a small bridge here, quite cool. Anyway, we're heading back to the car park now. Hopefully it shouldn't be that long. Oh, we're coming up to another junction now. There's a red post right in front of us here. If we go to the right, we're actually heading back up to the viewpoint. And so we're heading to the left here. There's a few people down here as well. This is the route back to the car park. There's another red post over here, so we know we're on the right track. Okay, there's lots of marker posts here. There's one there, there's another one there, and then if we go down here, there's another one just right here. So you can't lose your way on this bit at least. It just goes round by these little bird boxes, and there's a bench, and it actually just goes back to where we were. So I don't know why it did that. There's another post here, and another one over there. So we've just gone in a bit of a detour. Anyway, I'm not even sure that could be classified as being a side quest. I Okay, we passed this building on the way out earlier, just before lunch, and there's a whole bunch of people in there now. Maybe they're having a sandwich or something. We'll leave them to it. There's another building over on the left. Just spotted another carving just beside that building. This time it's of a pine cone. This one looks more like it's been placed here. It's on a kind of metal spike or something. It's still really good. I think I preferred the ones which were old tree stumps. And just over here is where we were earlier on, with the horses in the field. So we're back on this track as well, so it's just along here to the car park. And here we are back at Jubilee Car Park. And if I look at my Garmin, it's saying it's 6.16 kilometres. So it's not a big walk, and that forest, you know, it's very easy to get lost in there. But it's a great place to get lost because it's very peaceful and a great little walk as well. So this is just beside Perth, very easy to get to, and I'd highly recommend it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this walk. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and you can subscribe for more. And I'll see you on my next video somewhere else in the world. See ya!